Africa, a giant continent of some 1.2 billion people, housed in 54 sovereign nations. Have you ever taken note of the African flags? Even with a casual look, one will quickly notice that certain colors tend to predominate in these flags. Take for instance the flags of Ghana, Malawi, Kenya, South Sudan, Libya, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. The color resemblances in these flags is not by coincidence, but it actually derives from the fact that most African flags are based on two prototypes. The first of these is the Ethiopian flag. As the only African country that successfully resisted colonization, Ethiopia reasonably became an inspiration and a beacon of hope to all other African countries during the midnight experience of colonization. The Ethiopian flag was crafted in 1897, and its colors were understandably adopted by several African countries as they gained independence. The second prototype flag is the Pan-African flag, which originated among African Americans, being adopted on the 13th of August 1920 in New York City. Its three colors speak to the African realities of identity, history, and wealth. It is these three realities that this presentation tonight is going to address itself to. The first of these colors is the black color, which represents the majority of the people of the African continent.
Some call it the motherland, and others the birthplace of humankind. Perhaps it all began there. Land with numerous resources. Wealth is Africa's surname, where the name of God is worshipped everywhere. Africa is the promised land. Despite the colonial hardship and oppression, Africa's theme has always been joy, happiness, and compassion. From music to greetings, Africa's rhythm flows in their bones. With 54 countries, different colors and languages, Africans are one, even out of Africa. It is seen even today. From Tunisia down to Madagascar, Somalia to Sierra Leone, Jesus was thinking of Africa when he prayed, "Let them be one." This is my Africa. This is my color. Oh, we shall return to Africa to stay.
The red color represents the blood that was shed by the Africans as well as other peoples of various nations around the world in their quest for freedom and self-determination. This quest is perhaps best expressed in the song "O Freedom," which was first recorded in 1931. As the song is interpreted on the stage, you will also see on the screen the three phases of African history, namely the pre-colonial, colonial, and the post-colonial, and this is beginning from the 13th century coming all the way to 2016. The different colors will represent the changes that took place in those three phases.
Oh, freedom. Oh. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. Over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more weeping, don't you know? No more weeping. No more weeping over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave. I'm going home to my Lord and be free.
The green color in the African flags represents the abundance of natural resources which the continent is endowed with. And by the way, suppose someone were to ask you, who do you think the 5 richest people in history were? What names would come to your mind? Most of us would think of maybe Bill Gates. Well, he's not even in the top 25. Warren Buffett? That's a good guess. But know what? Warren Buffett is just sitting on number 26. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting on number 5 on the top richest people of all time is Mir Osman Ali Khan of India. And on number 4, Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov, the last Tsar of Russia. Number 3, Andrew Carnegie of USA. Number 2, John D. Rockefeller, also of the USA. On number 1, the richest man in recorded human history, who had a net worth of $400 billion. His name, ladies and gentlemen, Mansa Musa of Mali. Musa presided over a vast empire in West Africa from 1312 to 1337. His vast wealth came to the attention of the outside world in 1324 when, as a devout Muslim, he undertook a pilgrimage to Mecca, and this pilgrimage lasted 1 whole year. His entourage was an estimated 60,000 strong, with horses, camels. Never being the one to travel on a budget, Mensa Musa had huge amounts of gold carried by man and beast. He stopped by the cities of Cairo and Alexandria in Egypt, where he generously gave gold to the poor. Every Friday, he built mosques as he journeyed on. Upon his return to Mali, Musa undertook many building projects. Some of these buildings still stand even in 2017. One of his lasting contributions, however, was the establishment of the first university in Africa at Timbuktu. And ladies and gentlemen, it is our rare privilege and honor to witness the first graduation ceremony of this university.
Azita! Azita!
Hey! Come and see us. Hey! Oh, come and see what the Lord has done. Oh, come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. Oh, yeah, Jehovah has done me well. Come and see what the Lord has done. Oh, come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done.